Welcome back to another episode of the HomeTown podcast, where we learn more than we're taught and we know more than we've heard. So hang on. Today we have a special guest with us, another special guest with us, and that is Bree, or give us your full name.
Brieann.
Brieann, okay. We have two Brees in the bank, and I think we have two Bree. Is she Brianna?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we both call both of you Bree, so we get a few nicknames going around. We get a few short names going around, so I have to be reacquainted. So. And Bree, you're relatively new to the bank. I can't remember.
I've been here for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Well, you're past we don't have a probationary period, but you're past whatever would have been a probationary period anyway. So the purpose is in these episodes and in this podcast is try to get folks to know, especially like in your case where you're what I call behind the wall. You know, you're in a support role and you're supporting the people that most customers see day to day. And we want them to know who you are, you know, just in general terms, where you're from, that kind of thing. So I'm going to ask you a few of those questions and just get people to know you a little bit better. That's really all it's about. So the first one I got is, you know, where's your hometown and where'd you go to high school, that kind of stuff.
I'm from Susan Moore. I've been there pretty much my whole life. Went to Susan Moore, all like kindergarten through 12th grade.
Okay. So what part of Susan Moore, you know?
I guess the more Sneed side of Susan Moore.
In between Susan Moore and Sneed? Yeah. No community, no crossroads, no. No Winville, no.
No.
I'm trying to think of some of those others up through there.
If anybody knows where the Deader Hereford Farm is, that's where I live.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's where you grew up. That's where you went to school. And you graduated from Susan Moore as a Bulldog.
Yep. In
which year?
2017.
2017.
So almost 10 years ago.
Yeah. So you're still a young whippersnapper, you know? And then, but you got married, right? Mm-hmm. So did y'all move around? What?
Yeah.
Well, number one, who are you married to?
Yeah. My husband is Brieann DeWitt. We went to high school together. And then we reconnected after high school. What year was it? I guess a year or two after we graduated. He was in the Air Force and I was in college, and then we decided to get married. So I quit college and moved to Florida with him.
Followed a guy.
Yep.
We've that's again another recurring theme that we've had here. You know,
pretty popular choice.
Either follow a guy or follow. We haven't had a whole lot of following a girl yet, but we haven't finished yet either.
That's true.
So I mean, I know there's one or two more out there like that. So Air Force. Yep. Now that means you moved around.
Well, he did more moving around than I did because he was in longer than we were married. Both of his stations were in Florida right off coming out of basic. Mm-hmm. He was at Tyndall, and then it got destroyed by a hurricane in, I think, 2018 or 19. And then 2020 is when we got married. So I moved to Eglin Air Force Base with him. That's where he was. We stayed there for about a year, and then he switched to the Air National Guard in Birmingham, so we got to move back home.
Oh, okay. So you're home now.
Yes. Home for good.
Now, you just recently built a house, right?
Yes. We've built a house. It got done in February of this year.
And it's right there in Sneed, or what?
Pretty much behind Jack's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so right in Sneed.
Yeah. And you enjoying it?
Yes. A whole lot better than camper living.
Yeah. How long did y'all live in a camper?
Well, I was in the camper for about 6 months. Corey was in Guam for the majority of that time. So he didn't get to experience camper life.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember us talking about him going to Guam and how long it was going to take him to get there on the plane and that kind of stuff. But then, his accommodations weren't exactly, the standard military
No,
accommodations.
it's not what you think at all. He was in like a 5-star hotel for 3 months.
While you're in a camper.
While I was living in a camper. It was not fair.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because, I think that we talked about that and then wasn't sure exactly where he was going to be staying or living out in Guam. And I'm thinking, okay, so barracks, all the stuff you see on TV, Army cot, that kind of stuff. And
no,
then you
the Air Force travels in style.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, they always say that if you're going to pick one, that's the one to pick.
Oh, yeah. That's what he tells everybody.
Yeah.
If they're thinking about it, he's like, go to the Air Force. Why would you want to suffer if you're going to be in the military?
Yeah. So, Bree and I have had several conversations at lunch about, what her husband's doing. And I'm always interested. I'm intrigued by people. And so I'm asking questions. And one of the first experiences you told me about was they were doing a flyover at Auburn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He loved that.
Yeah. But he was on the plane, right?
Yes. He, and I don't know how many guys were with him. I was looking at the pictures the other day because we were talking about it. But he got to be one of the guys that flew over Auburn. I think it was a couple years ago. They were very low to the stadium.
Yeah.
So they probably won't get asked to do that again.
Yeah, right.
For a while. But
yeah, I think they got kind of reprimanded a little bit when they got back.
So he but he got to go out on the field and be recognized with the pilots and all that. So
cool.
He got to have pictures with the Eagles and so that was a good time.
That's a good experience. It just to tell you a funny story, my son, lives in Auburn, and of course his wife teaches at Auburn. So they were at the game. And I remember distinctly, we're normally texting during the game, just kind of, how's it going? Have this kind of thing, just banner. And he said, that flyover was really low. It shook everything in the stadium, so.
They were, because they've built a new Jumbotron at Auburn. I think it's this year. Mm-hmm. So that's what brought it up, me and Corey talking about it again. He was I don't think we'd be able to fly like that with both now.
It was that close.
We had friends and relatives at that game too, and there were fans talking about how they thought they were going to hit the screen because they were so low.
I don't know whose idea that was, but it ended their flyover career anyway. So those are kind of interesting stories. Yeah. So Bree, tell us, okay, so you grew up in Susan Moore. You got any sisters, brothers?
I have one sister and a stepsister. My sister is Ashlyn. She is 23, I think now. And then my stepsister, I think she just turned 14. So, just us.
Well, I don't feel bad about hesitant on age because I get asked all the time about my children, and I have to think about it.
Well, I had to think about my own the other day. So.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
I forgot.
Wait a minute. What is my date of birth? Because you're so into the date of birth.
Well, once you get to like 21, you quit counting.
Yeah. You're an adult.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm legal. It's over. Yeah. And then things just kind of happen. Then the next chapter will be whatever the next chapter is, It is kind of interesting. That's one of the things that is common in these is having conversations with people and how where are they, in that book of life thing, are they having children yet? Are they not having children? Am I going to have children? Whatever. That it doesn't matter, but, and then how they got to where, what kind of brought them there, and that's my next question is how exactly did you get to HomeTown?
So my first job was Publix. That was before Corey and I got married. While I was there, I kind of got the idea to maybe go into something with finance. So I was at Wallace for a finance degree. And then Corey and I got married. COVID happened. So I was stuck at our house for 6 months before I could get a job because we lived on base and everything was shut down. So once everything finally opened up, I was able to get a job at the credit union down there. And I worked there until I moved back to Alabama. And I loved working there. So I knew I wanted to come back and be in banking. When I moved back up here, HomeTown wasn't hiring because of COVID still. So I got a job at First Bank with Boaz, and I worked there for a couple years before I came to HomeTown.
Then when we freed up after COVID, and we wasn't very long, and we're certainly happy to have you for sure. What do you primarily do at the bank? What's your primary role?
I process loans.
So you stay pretty busy?
Yes. We've been very busy.
Yeah. It's really interesting how out front, you look around the offices, it's just a human thing, right? So you don't see people in an office, you don't think anything's happening. And the amount of, churn and keyboards and all that are getting used in the background to generate what they're getting in the front is pretty amazing. And we have all that kind of centralized in one room now. So you can walk through there on Mondays when everybody's here. And it's like, wow, there's a lot of stuff happening. Because it's 4 branches generating that material. And I know in the loan side at least that some take a little while, some taking a little longer while, and more follow up and that kind of stuff. But and because we don't see each other except on maybe Zoom or something like that, it's almost like if you don't see it, it's not happening. But it really is happening.
Oh yeah, we're busy.
Yeah. There's been some adjustments made too, and I know you get to work from home some.
My dogs love that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Because they get to see you, get to feel it and know you're there and hear your presence. So how many dogs you got?
I have 3.
Got almost a kennel.
Pretty much. We have a Husky mix, a Lab Pit Bull mix, and a German Shepherd. 2 big dogs.
Man. I mean, you probably do like the Cousin Eddie deal and just pile bags of feed up whenever you go to the store, to feed those kind of things.
We go through the dog food.
Is there anything that maybe since you've been here that maybe was an interesting thing or something really kind of funny that's happened at the bank that you remember distinctly, or maybe even unusual? I mean, like, wow, that was interesting.
Anything with Bruce involved is usually unusual or funny.
Bruce, he's got a new name now, so I attached that to him in one of the podcasts here, but he's the boss.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's the boss.
He's something else.
Yeah.
But the visiting customers with him is usually always fun. We go through some very odd places in the county that I would have never thought existed. There was one area, I don't even remember where we were, but there were cameras pointing at the road and flags everywhere. I was like, Bruce, where are you taking us? I thought he was going to get us killed.
Yeah. But he knows exactly where he's going, exactly what's going on.
He got us to where we were going, so I guess I trust him.
Well, if nothing else, that's kind of an entertainment, kind of a break in the action. You're not having to sit at the computer all day. You're just getting to go out in the countryside or wherever he happens to be going that day.
It's fun when we go.
Yeah. Well, Bruce is fun anyway, but seeing people where they are is really one of the better parts of what we do. And we can lose that if we're not, if we're glued to the desk or chained to the whatever the right term is. And we try to keep that from happening as much as we can. And 2, I would guess then you ever talk to your husband about some of those things? Like, wow, you wouldn't believe what happened today. Yeah. And then he's like, what?
Yeah. I guess he just does, he expects it now, I guess.
Yeah. Nothing else can surprise him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we again, we're just trying to work to get people to know us a little bit better. So I appreciate your time. I know it's valuable. Like you said, y'all are very busy. You're always very busy. And we appreciate the work you do, certainly. And I do have one final question, and that is, what is it that you're doing a lot of right now or you really enjoy? I mean, outside the bank. What is it that you really enjoy outside the bank and you're really, really enjoying it right now?
I've been getting into reading, which is great timing because my mother-in-law actually just published her first book.
Oh, wow.
So
tell her congratulations.
I will. She has her first book signing coming up in October. So we're very excited. I haven't finished the book yet, but it's very good. And then
what's it about? What's the name of it? Or
it's called Finding Home.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a girl and she escapes an abusive ex from New York and she moves to Georgia and starts a new life. So it's kind of a suspenseful, like just lighthearted, good. It's really good. So we're excited for her.
That's intriguing. I mean, did she write before?
She said that she's always enjoyed it, like in high school. But then nothing ever really come of it. And then she retired a few years ago. And she just decided to start writing last year. So
wow. And what's her name?
Novelly DeWitt.
DeWitt?
Mm-hmm.
Novelly. Okay.
Yep.
And is she right under that name?
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
I can go and find it. And
mm-hmm. She meant to actually give me a flyer to put at Ops for her stuff, but I forgot it.
Yeah. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's a special gift. I mean, it's a talent, gift, skill, whatever you want to, all combined. And, it's neat when they can generate something that you're interested in, other people are reading and
mm-hmm.
are interested in. That's really cool. What other things y'all got that you really like to do?
Just enjoying our house since we got it built. And then I'm trying to watch more sports so I can be more involved with that with Corey. We're seeing how that goes.
He's a big sports fan?
Yes. He keeps up with everything.
Oh, really? Does he have a kind of a favorite sport, or just any of them?
He likes watching any of them. He really loves baseball. He played baseball.
Yeah.
Growing up. And he still plays adult softball now. So we're filled with softball and I guess reading books now.
I recommend that he talk with Trent Martin. I don't know if you know that, but he played some junior college baseball and he has some pretty good experiences.
I didn't know that.
He'd be very interested in him. That's something else that by doing these interviews, by doing these podcasts, we're getting to know more about each other, mm-hmm. which generates another question and another question and another.
Yeah, because I had no idea Bruce was in the band.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
because I was in the band. We could have been talking about it.
Well, one day we'll get him to come and do a trumpet solo, maybe reveille, and to get us going in the mornings.
Oh,
and then he also does a terrific taps. I mean, he's done the taps before at bedtime. So he's a talented guy, and no one knows all those talents. Except for him. And then when he shows him, you're like, really? So anyway, well, Bree, thanks so much for coming. And, it's just been a pleasure to talk to you and learn a bit about you, know about your dogs now, those kind of things. So thanks again for joining the HomeTown podcast, and look forward to seeing you next time.